Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. An aircraft carrier has often been described as a floating city, but daily life aboard is far more intense than life ashore. Thousands of sailors work around jet engines, moving aircraft, fuel lines, weapons, elevators, alarms, and narrow passageways. Even ordinary chores take place under military discipline because one mistake can interrupt flight operations or endanger the crew. During combat flight operations, ordnance teams move bombs and missiles from protected magazines to the hangar or flight deck. Each weapon is inspected, lifted with specialized equipment, positioned beneath an aircraft, and attached using strict checklists. At the same time, yellow shirt directors guide jets through crowded spaces while crews wear color-coded jerseys identifying their jobs. Drills can begin without warning. Sailors aboard USS Carl Vinson have practiced firefighting, replenishment, and flight operations while deployed in the Pacific. Alarms send crews racing to assigned stations, where they must react as if a real emergency is unfolding. Yet the same ship also contains places that resemble an ordinary neighborhood. One of the most surprising is the barber shop. Sailors sit for haircuts while clippers, chairs, mirrors, disinfectants, and appointment lists keep the small room moving efficiently. When a carrier barbershop reopened after restrictions, crews returned under controlled procedures, showing how even grooming supports morale and military standards. Time away from operations can transform the flight deck. During Steel Beach picnics, parked aircraft are cleared from selected areas, and sailors set up tables, grills, games, and sports equipment. Some practice golf swings toward the open sea, while others play basketball, football, or deck games. These events give crews a rare break from constant noise and confined living. Preparing the picnic requires its own logistics operation. Food, grills, drinks, tables, and supplies are moved through the ship, often using aircraft elevators normally reserved for jets and heavy equipment. Teams load the elevator, secure loose items, and raise everything to the flight deck. Once topside, cooks light large grills and prepare burgers, hot dogs, and barbecue for hundreds or even thousands of people. USS Harry S. Truman and USS Nimitz have held Steel Beach events during deployments, turning operational spaces into temporary recreation areas. Firefighting equipment remains nearby, safety boundaries are enforced, and flight operations are paused or separated from the gathering. These moments may look casual, but they serve an important purpose. Carrier deployments can last many months, and sailors may work 12-hour shifts or longer. A haircut, a game, or a meal in the open air gives the crew a brief sense of normal life. On a ship built for combat, even relaxation must be planned, transported, supervised, and completed before the deck returns to launching aircraft. Below deck, sailors continue monitoring machinery, navigation, communications, and reactor systems throughout the celebration. Lookouts remain posted, watch teams stay on duty, and medical personnel remain ready. When the break ends, crews remove every table, inspect the deck for foreign objects, lower equipment, and restore the flight deck for aircraft operations. The less glamorous routines below deck are just as important as launching aircraft. Salt, fuel residue, hydraulic fluid, rubber, food waste, and thousands of boots create constant cleaning demands. On the flight deck, sailors conduct washdowns when operations allow. Teams connect hoses, establish safety boundaries, and spray broad sections of non-skid surface. Others scrub stubborn areas and push water toward deck drains. The work removes corrosive salt and foreign objects that could damage an engine. In the galleys, another cycle never stops. After each meal, trays, pans, utensils, and serving equipment arrive in the scullery. Sailors scrape leftovers, sort items, load industrial washing machines, and inspect everything before it returns to service. The space is hot, wet, and noisy, but poor sanitation could quickly affect thousands of people living together. Laundry operations are equally industrial. Bags arrive marked by division or work center. Sailors sort clothing, inspect machines, measure detergent, run heavy washers and dryers, then fold and redistribute finished loads. Uniforms, towels, bedding, and protective clothing must keep circulating because storage space is limited and the crew cannot simply buy replacements at sea. Cooking begins long before meal hours. Culinary specialists receive frozen, chilled, and dry ingredients from storerooms, calculate portions, prepare large kettles and ovens, and coordinate serving lines. A carrier may serve thousands of meals every day, including night meals for sailors working opposite schedules. Bakers prepare bread and desserts, while other teams handle vegetables, meat, drinks, and sanitation. The ship's store provides another piece of normal life. Shelves hold snacks, toiletries, stationery, souvenirs, and basic personal items. Sailors stock products from storage compartments, record inventory, operate registers, and manage lines during limited opening periods. Because every item was loaded before deployment or received during replenishment, managers track supplies carefully. Together, these chores keep the carrier functioning as a self-contained community. Clean decks protect aircraft. Clean dishes protect health. Laundry supports hygiene. Galleys sustain the crew. And the store supplies small comforts. None attracts the attention of a jet launch, yet every flight depends on sailors who quietly keep the ship livable. Work centers also empty trash, inspect ventilation, wipe handrails, and clean berthing spaces during assigned periods. Supervisors check completed areas and correct problems before they spread. In a steel ship where people share tight compartments, routine cleanliness prevents odors, pests, blocked passageways, and avoidable sickness during demanding operations far from port for months at sea. Because fire is one of the greatest threats aboard any warship, every sailor must understand emergency procedures. Aviation fuel, weapons, electrical equipment, hot machinery, and confined compartments can turn a small incident into a ship-wide crisis. Regular drills make the response automatic. During a major fire drill aboard USS Macon Island, hose teams dressed in protective equipment and moved toward the simulated casualty. Sailors connected hoses to the ship's fire main system, checked pressure, and advanced while staying low. One member controlled the nozzle, another supported the hose, and others prevented it from snagging around corners. Boundary teams checked nearby compartments for heat and smoke, while repair lockers coordinated equipment and reports. Medical drills test a different chain of response. During a mass casualty exercise aboard USS Abraham Lincoln, simulated patients arrived with different injuries and levels of urgency. Medical personnel established treatment areas, evaluated breathing, bleeding, circulation, and consciousness. Then assigned priorities. Those needing immediate care moved first, while stable patients waited under observation. Stretcher teams carried casualties through narrow passageways and steep ladders. Every turn required communication because a sudden movement could worsen an injury. Sailors recorded identities, treatment, and destination, so commanders knew how many people remained missing or required evacuation. When treatment aboard is not enough, the carrier can conduct a helicopter medical evacuation. The medical team stabilizes the patient, secures tubes and equipment, and packages the casualty for flight. Flight deck crews clear a landing area, check winds, prepare firefighting gear, and coordinate with the incoming helicopter. After landing, handlers approach only when directed. The stretcher is moved beneath spinning rotors, secured inside the aircraft, and transferred with medical information. The helicopter then departs for a ship or shore facility with greater capability. These exercises deliberately create noise, confusion, smoke, multiple casualties, and communication pressure. Leaders evaluate how quickly teams respond and whether procedures remain safe. Afterward, crews review delays, equipment problems, and mistakes. The purpose is not simply passing an inspection. Far from land, sailors may be the only firefighters, paramedics, and rescue workers available. Repeated drills ensure that when an alarm is real, the crew can protect the ship, treat the injured, and keep the carrier operating. Damage controls central tracks, reports, directs teams, and updates the commanding officer. Sailors may isolate ventilation, close doors, restore power, or remove smoke. Each action limits the emergency while preserving propulsion, navigation, communications, and flight operations elsewhere aboard the carrier. An aircraft carrier cannot carry everything needed for a deployment. Food, spare parts, mail, aviation fuel, and supplies must be delivered while the ship remains at sea during prolonged overseas deployments. This operation is called underway replenishment, or UNREP. During connected replenishment, the carrier and supply ship travel alongside each other on parallel courses. Bridge teams monitor speed, heading, wind, and separation. Sailors first fire or pass a light messenger line across the gap. Heavier lines follow until a transfer rig connects the ships. Crews tension the rig, attach cargo loads, and move pallets above the water using winches. Signalmen and phone talkers coordinate each movement, while safety observers watch for tangled lines or swinging loads. Fuel transfer adds another layer. Hoses are connected through stations, grounded, inspected, and pressurized. Operators monitor flow, tank levels, leaks, and ship movement, while aviation fuel passes from the supply vessel to the carrier. Emergency release procedures remain ready in case the ships must separate quickly. Vertical replenishment uses helicopters instead of cables. Cargo handlers arrange pallets, inspect nets and slings, and mark safe pickup zones. A helicopter hovers above the supply ship while personnel attach the external load. It then carries the pallet to the receiving ship, where deck crews guide it onto a landing area. USS Fort McHenry has practiced both connected and vertical replenishment, demonstrating how ships receive stores without entering port. USS Abraham Lincoln has also conducted replenishment with the fleet replenishment oiler, USNS Leroy Grumman, taking fuel and supplies while remaining operational. Once cargo reaches the deck, elevators and working parties move it below. Frozen food goes toward refrigerated storage. Dry goods enter storerooms, mail is sorted, and repair parts are routed to the departments. The faster the deck is cleared, the sooner another load can arrive. Crews rehearse these movements in simulations before performing them at sea. Training covers line handling, communications, breakaway signals, equipment failures, and man-overboard responses. Every sailor must know where to stand because a snapped cable or uncontrolled pallet can be deadly. From barbershops and barbecues to firefighting and replenishment, life aboard a carrier combines ordinary needs with extraordinary machinery. Thousands of sailors keep the ship clean, supplied, defended, and ready to launch aircraft far from home. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.